I'm Jenny with Coco Daisy, and in this video we are unboxing the planner kit, inserts, and notebooks from the December 2025 Snow Day Society collection. Let's take a look at the Snow Day Society planner kit. Our planner kit comes in one of our heavy-duty plastic folders that not only has gussets so that it can expand or get smaller if you need it to, but also a Velcro closure. This is of course great for storing your kits and taking them on the go, but also rounding up other items once your kit is finished. I'm going to start by sharing with you the patterned papers that come in this kit. There are 3 of them. Each of them are 13 inches by 8.5 inches. They are double-sided and they are scored in the center so that they fold over easily. They're on a nice heavyweight cardstock, and these are printed at a printer somewhat local to Coco Daisy headquarters, and they use recycled inks and papers. Very festive and wintry feeling. And then the third one is this green and white diagonal striped, and then on the inside has all of these lovely baking type illustrations. Okay, so next up is the sticker sheet of PET stickers. These are very thin and they are also kiss cut, so you can just simply remove them. There's no cutting required or anything like that. Very easy to use and wonderful if you don't love bulk in your planner pages or journals or however you decide to use these stickers. All right, so we have 2 larger sticker sheets. The first includes this alphabets, and then these dates, and then a handful of boxes. This one includes some dates as well, but also then these the sticky tab, the hole reinforcers, some labels for the tabs, days of the weeks, and different icons. And then there's also this beloved sheet, which includes the alphabets and then the icons and dates. And then last but not least is this sheet of very cute decorative stickers. We have, of course, some self-adhesive die cuts or die cut stickers, whatever you prefer to call them. All you have to do is peel the back off and stick them right to the pages. There are beautiful decorative elements, but then there are also a couple of functional pieces as well. You can see there's a variety of shapes and a variety of different types of illustrations as well. And then we also have a set of larger tabs. They're great for labeling different things or using to notate dates or people in photos, things like that. As you can see, they are very plentiful, lots of different decorative bits and pieces. And then there's also this nice large one that includes like the crock and the mixing bowls and recipe cards, and then a couple of last little smaller ones as well. This month we also have a pen pouch, which is wonderful because it snaps closed. It has a nice soft interior and has room to fit several pens. We have our pen and ink test card. You can see on the back, you can test out your favorite inks of the month and your pens to coordinate with this collection. We have a sticky notepad. Look how nice that is. It has sort of like that ledger type idea there. It's nice with lots of different pages to use for all your notes, but you can also use these in your journals and your planners too, like decoratively. We have 2 self-adhesive pockets, both a larger one and a smaller one. They're great for a variety of uses, including like adding receipts or lists or things like that right directly into the pocket. Fun, right? It's just a nice way to add a little bit of decoration and yet stay super functional. Now this month we also have an exclusive Cocoa Daisy pen, which is so exciting. The pen is light blue and features some white snowflakes and white crystals, and then of course has the little daisy on the top like all of our pens do, and a roll of washi tape. Now all of these items are exclusive to Cocoa Daisy. You won't find these anywhere else. And the best way to receive these is to subscribe, as Cocoa Daisy is a subscription-based kit. If you want closer images of any of these items, you should take a look on the subscribe page of our website, as it contains photos and digital renderings of the kits, so you can see everything a little bit more closely, or if you want to take a more in-depth look. Now you can subscribe to our planner kit and receive everything you've seen here, or you can subscribe to our planner kit and receive one of our planner inserts or notebooks along with the planner kit. So let's go ahead and take a look at those notebooks and inserts. We have a variety of inserts and notebooks that are perfect for planning, journaling, scrapbooking, whatever you choose. You can subscribe to any of these individually, like all by themselves, or as an add-on to our planner kit. So you can get our planner kit and then one of these, whichever you choose. Now we have inserts that you can punch and add into a planner, and then we have notebooks. So let's go ahead and take a little bit of a closer look at all of these. Now these notebooks, for example, there are 5 different sizes, but they're all the same on the inside. So when we go through these, I will share those with you. We also have our simple notebook, which if you watched the video featuring our scrapbooking kit, you have already seen this, but this is also an add-on option for our planner kit. And then we also have 3 different types of our inserts. So these are our classic vertical inserts, and they're not like any of the other inserts. And then our A5 inserts and our personal size inserts are the same. The only difference is their size. So I'll start with our classic vertical inserts. They're really interesting and unique, beautiful and functional, and I think that you're gonna love this month's. So the first page is a heavy-duty cardstock divider. It has the beautiful artwork on the front, and then you flip it over and then there is a notes page that coordinates with the right-hand side of the page. These inserts are approximately 7 by 9 inches. They are printed on beautiful fountain penly friendly paper, and they are manufactured somewhat locally to Cocoa Daisy headquarters using recycled papers and recycled inks. We get right into our monthly pages. These are dated, but they're the only dated portion of the inserts. The rest of them are undated, so you can use them actually anytime you'd like. Now there are the weekly vertical view. Aren't they lovely? With a little bit of artwork around the outside, but the main planning portion is white for your benefit. There is also a sidebar for any notes or other details you need to include, and there are enough of these weekly pages to last you an entire month. After we get to the end of the weekly pages, we have a notes on this side with a checklist, and then we get right into our striped pages. Now the striped pages in the classic vertical inserts are a little bit different than the striped pages in the notebooks or in the other inserts, and they're different because they feature obviously the stripes, but then on this side there is a checklist. In addition to that, these are perforated, so you can either fold them over or tear them apart. Now, these were designed to work. If you wanted to keep these in your planner like this, you can still punch and have this gutter right here, and it works to keep them in your binder or discs or however you choose to use these inserts. So you have the stripe page and you have the checklist. And then on the back, this is the checklist side. So you can see right here, there's the checklist, is just a blank note section. And then this is the striped page. And on the back is another checklist. So just one way to use this would be to use this section for meal planning, write your grocery list, tear this off, and take it with you to the grocery store. You can leave this part in your planner, and on the back side, you still have this checklist for whatever you need it for. So there are enough of this view for the entire month, and you won't run out. They're a wonderful addition to any functional planner. And again, the paper is just absolutely beautiful. It's smooth. It is absolutely stunning to use. So those are the classic vertical inserts. Now the next are the A5 and the personal size. Also, the classic vertical come unpunched. You cannot get those punched at Cocoa Daisy. You will punch them when you get them to your home. Now, the personal size and the A5 size, you can subscribe to either punched or unpunched. They are the same. The only difference is the size. So I'm going to go ahead and flip through the A5 just so that you can see it a little bit better since it's a little bit larger. So the first page is a nice heavyweight cardstock. I do have the punched version here. When you flip it over, you have this beautiful artwork and then this small calendar page that is dated. And we get straight into our striped weekly view pages. You can see down here we have the days of the week. And then on the back side, there is a faint dot grid, which is perfect for notes or lists or however you choose to use them. These striped pages are some of the most popular aspects of our notebooks and our inserts. They're fun to use. They're lovely. The paper is fantastic. They're great. There are enough of those striped pages to last you an entire month. Once those are finished, we have another dot grid page here, and we get into a grid page over here, and we go right into our weekly view. There is a faint grid, a little bit of artwork. Here is Saturday, and here is Sunday. So there's lots of room for your weekly plans on these. In between each of these weeks, there are 2 note pages, and you can see we get right back into the weekly view. And as always, there are enough weeks for the entire month, so you don't have to worry about running out no matter how the calendar may fall. As I told you with our planner kit, if you want to see any different views of these or anything like that, you should absolutely take a look on the subscribe page of our website, as there are photos and digital renderings of all of these for you to look at and maybe zoom in on if that is necessary. So then we get into the dated calendar view that you can use to write on and things like that. Only the monthly calendars are dated. All of the rest of the pages are undated. Once we're finished with this monthly view, we have this sort of full year to look at, so you can take a look at whatever it is that you want to track or keep notes of about the entire year. And we hop right into our daily pages. Now this is one version of them, but I'm going to flip this over because when these were designed, they were designed to use like this. This would encompass one whole day. So you have a grid over here that is open. You can use it for notes, photos, scrapbooking, you know, anything you'd like. And then we have this side that has all kinds of different checklists in varying lengths, plus this little, you know, thing that stands out. You can write notes or anything like that. And then right back into another day. And there are enough of these daily pages for all of the days of the month. So as you can see here, we just keep doing all of these daily pages throughout the month. They're just really such a fun way to dig in, and if you want to add any journaling or anything like that, or if you have a lot going on and you need that much space, you have it included in these inserts. So those are all of our, I'll say, loose planner inserts. The classic vertical, these are the A5, and then we also have, as I talked about, the personal size as well. Now we do have 5 of these types of our notebooks. So we have a standard size notebook, which is a standard traveler's notebook size. We have an A5, a B6, a Weeks, which corresponds in size to the Hobonichi Weeks, and then a mini. They are all the same. The only difference is that in the mini, on the front page, there is simply artwork, because as I'm sure you can imagine, this notebook is quite small, and any sort of calendar on this front page would be, I don't want to say useless, but it would be very, very small and difficult to use. So I'm going to go ahead and flip through the A5 size as it's the biggest, and you'll be able to get a look at it the best with the A5. All right, so we have the heavy duty cover, and we flip right into this front page, and there is the monthly calendar that is dated, and this is the portion that is not in that mini calendar, or mini page, I'm sorry. We start, just like the inserts, with the striped page. We have a lined page over here, perfect for notes or whatever you would like, and there are enough of these, you guessed it, for the entire month. I know Christine likes to use these pages to keep track of her photo a day. I like to keep track of meal planning, or in my mini notebook, I like to keep track of my journaling prompts or lettering prompts, whatever I'm using my notebook for that month. And then we have all of the blank pages, and you can see they do include a little bit of art around the edges, but the majority of the page is left open for your writing, your journaling, your planning, anything that you like to use these pages for. They include artwork from the collection so that it can coordinate with any of your stickers or other kits that you like to use. They just all will go together so perfectly. And as I mentioned already, the paper is just a nice, beautiful weight. They are produced locally to Cocoa Daisy headquarters, and they're just a wonderful, wonderful addition to your creative lineup. And then we have the back page, which has the lovely art, and then making your daily schedule a little more toasty. So those are the notebooks, and there are 5 different sizes that are just like this one that I shared with you. And then we also have our Simple Daisy notebook, and you can subscribe to this with our scrapbooking kit, with our planner kit, or all by itself. It also has a craft cover, but the insides are a little bit different. It is also a standard size traveler's notebook, but then we get into and we have some patterned papers. This side has a grid. This one has a dot grid, another grid, dot grid. I'm only mentioning these because I know that they can be somewhat hard to see on camera, as the ink is kind of the perfect shade for these, honestly. Like, it's visible, but it is not overwhelming in the slightest. This is a lined page, a grid, dot grid. So you can tell there's just a lot of back and forth, which is wonderful. These pages are of course great for scrapbooking, but they would also work beautifully for planning or journaling as well. So as I already said, you can subscribe to any of these inserts or notebooks with our planner kit or by themselves. And you can subscribe to the planner kit by itself or with one of the inserts or notebooks.